been a bit. You can see here in my peanut butter and chocolate interior of my S197 here. Just taking this thing home from another day of daily driving this Coyote swapped 07 to work. And just wanted to give you guys kind of an update on how things are going with the swap. So it's smack dab in the middle of summer here in Arizona. AC's blowing cold. My cruise control works. The 410s are a perfect gear for the transmission that I stayed with, the 4.6 TR3650 in this car. And I felt like the 410s were a good choice, and I still do. I don't take this on the highway very often, but Coyotes like to rev, and I'm not concerned with fuel mileage on this, even though running on E85 has less than stellar fuel mileage. So before anyone asks, I haven't taken it down a strip or anything. I've had some random, like, you know, kind of pull up roll races on the street, if you would. Once it was with a motorcycle at like 4:30 in the morning when I was going to work, and I don't know what kind of Harley it was, but you know, got it from a dig, which I thought was pretty cool, even though Harleys aren't known to be fast or anything. But this thing kept up just fine and walked it. It's amazing to max out the stock tack. So you notice I do have a check engine light on. That's basically all the emission stuff that I didn't bother addressing, like the cats for one. Man, one doesn't turn that stuff off anymore, but speedometer works. There's no other lights on except for the traction control light, which is always off because the Gen 1 computer and the ABS system on the early S197s just aren't compatible. Not really sure what else to talk about this thing. I mean, it's an absolute blast to drive with all those RPMs. Fortunately, they couldn't get the ghost cams to work. Didn't really give me a reason why. I just wouldn't stay running on the cold start, and Lund gave up on it. Brandon didn't really tell me any more details than that. But I feel like this kind of car, like, no one expects, you know, the speed that it is from a cammed first-gen Coyote in here, and it all fits under the stock hood, which I was a super fan. So yeah, kind of wrapping up or whatever. Just wanted to give you guys an update before I couldn't have the opportunity to, because tomorrow I'm bringing the car to 2F Performance, and if you do your research, you figure out what they get into, and stay tuned for updates on that involving their department. So I'm really excited to get the car over there and have them have the car be a little guinea pig, you could say. Yeah, other than doing that stuff with the car and been daily driving as much as I can, I did an S550 6-piston upgrade on a customer's car the other week, and he was kind enough to give me his 4-piston calipers off the S550, which, as you may know, bolt right on. And I got the GT500 rotors for the S197 to do that swap, but that's gonna have to wait. I'll show you later when I get the car back from 2F on how all that works, because I don't think I can use the 18s that I have now because the 4-piston caliper is so much bigger. I have to go either 19s or find a wheel, but that's down the road. Since 2F is going to have the car for a while, putting the flex tune in, because I didn't want E85 sitting on there. We were already sitting, well, can't tell now, but it was sitting about 1/8 of a tank, filled up some 91, so that fuel doesn't go bad, or at least the E doesn't go bad. I don't know how it is in Arizona. It's not as bad because it's not susceptible because we live in a really dry climate, but I just didn't want the corn juice sitting in the tank while it's sitting there. So yeah, well, I got here for another 2.5 minutes. Yeah, as much as I want an S550, I feel like this car serves the purpose I need now that it has a Coyote. Got rid of the 4.6. I don't hate the 3 valves, but the Coyote is much more superior. This is actually my favorite body style. I know I can do a lot more with the S550 as far as like in drift land and everything else, but I love the simplicity and the styling of this 187, and now I got the best engine in this 187 and everything just works. Man, I cannot be an advocate of this swap any more than I already am. Thank God it's a cloudy day in Arizona because it would be cooking in here. But we're at about 70% done, so no sweat. I was a little worried, ain't gonna lie, but I'm like 2 miles from my house, so it wouldn't be a big deal, but I don't know if the car would be bricked and then the whole 2F adventure would be over. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, like I said earlier, the cruise control works just as it does. The light comes on. Speedometer is tunable. Just this whole thing, this whole car just tunes like a normal 11 to 14 Mustang. It's still got stock radio. I mean, this car is just so simple, and I just really like it as a daily. It's, you know, it's got probably 480, 490 to the wheels on the corn, and maybe one day I'll put it down the drag strip, see what it actually does. I know what it did in Derek Perez's car. It did like a 10.7, but he had a Cobra Jet intake. I'm trying to think of other stuff that during a swap that I missed in earlier videos, but you get the gist. It's I'm really happy with it. Also want to thank everybody that has purchased a spreadsheet from me to do their own swap. I can't thank you enough for the support. It means a lot, and glad I can help you. It's very satisfying to see all you guys swap doing it the same way I did, and some ask more questions than others. You know who you are, but more than happy to help. That's what you get. So if you are looking to get the spreadsheet, what you pay me, you also get to as much support as I can remotely. So just remember that when I drop the price on you. It's not extraordinary, but I feel like it's about on par. By the time you would purchase a spreadsheet and get all the pieces and wiring harnesses, it's on par with the control pack, but everything will look factory. When I'm cruising, and we'll just set the cruise really quick. Oh, look at that. Foot's off, brake, deactivate. Money. That it's not crazy loud in here either. Oh, there's one little thing I just saw pop up in the dash. So in automatic cars, there's an overdrive off light when you hit the button to turn off overdrive off, obviously. For whatever reason, in the logic of the cluster and the first gen ECU, it's now acting as a upshift light. So I don't know if you guys remember, like in the 90s, cars had an upshift light for like fuel mileage. Like if you hung onto a gear too long, you weren't giving it much throttle, it would tell you to shift, dumbass. So now my overdrive off light in the cluster is that light. It's not a shift light per se, but it's just hey, get out of the gear, put it in the next one, and let's get some better fuel economy. I don't know if you'll see it in the shot. Right there, it's on now. And then I give it a little more throttle, it's off. And the best part is, it works, but it doesn't work in 5th gear. It works how it's supposed to. Like, obviously there's no more gears than 5th in this transmission, so it knows, however, that not to put that light when you're giving it light throttle and overdrive. But if you're in 4th and you're just kind of, well, now might be going too slow, but if I give it enough throttle, yeah, that's just not going fast enough to yell at me. Maybe now it will. I don't even know if you can see it or not. Nah. Oh, there it is. Now it's like either let off the throttle. I also love the 410s and steel toe shifting. It's so much fun. Adapted yet, so I wasn't really flooring it, but I wanted to give you a little sauce before I put her away. Ooh. And as far as any other upgrades, I want to work on maybe some drift specific stuff for the S197, and yeah, so guys, stick around. I know I don't post too often. Got a lot going on behind the scenes and whatnot, family stuff. So I appreciate you giving me a look, and please consider subscribing. And